Good morning. This is PJ, Pastor Jeff, and here we are for our readings for Tuesday, July 13th, 2021. I'm outside in a camp. It rained last night. It's a little bit wet. I'm in the woods. Maybe you could hear the birds chirping. Let us do our readings for today. Psalm 142 is our psalm reading. I cry out loudly to God. Loudly, I plead with God for mercy. I spill out all my complaints before Him and spell out my troubles in details. As I sink in despair, my spirit ebbing away, you know how I'm feeling. Know the danger that I'm in, the traps hid in my path. Look right, look left. There's not a soul who cares what happens. I'm up against the wall, with no exit. It's just me, all alone. I cry out, God, call out. You're my last chance, my only hope for life. Oh, listen, please listen. I've never been this low. Rescue me from those who are hunting me down. I'm no match for them. Get me out of this dungeon, so I can thank you in public. Your people will form a circle around me, and you'll bring me showers of blessings. Our Old Testament reading today comes from the book of Amos, chapter 9, verses 1 through 4. I saw my master standing beside the altar at the shrine. He said, hit the tops of the shrine's pillars. Make the floor shake. The roof's about to fall on the heads of the people. And whoever's still alive, I'll kill. No one will get away. No runaways will make it. If they dig their way down to the underworld, I'll find them and bring them up. If they climb to the stars, I'll find them and bring them down. If they hide out at the top of Mount Carmel, I'll find them and bring them back. If they dive to the bottom of the ocean, I'll send dragon to swallow them up. If they're captured alive by their enemies, I'll send sword to kill them. I've made up my mind to hurt them, not help them. Our New Testament reading today comes from the book of Acts, chapter 23, verses 12 through 35. Next day, the Jews woke and worked up a plot against Paul. They took a solemn oath that they would neither eat nor drink until they had killed him. Over 40 of them ritually bound themselves to this murder pact and presented themselves to the high priest and the religious leaders. We've bound ourselves by a solemn oath to eat nothing until we have killed Paul, but we need your help. Send a request from the council to the captain to bring Paul back so that you can investigate the charges in more detail. We'll do the rest. Before he gets anywhere near you, we'll have him killed. You won't be involved. Paul's nephew, his sister's son, overheard them plotting the ambush. He went immediately to the barracks and told Paul. Paul called over to one of the centurions and said, "Take this young man to the captain. He has something important to tell him." The centurion brought him to the captain and said, "The prisoner Paul asked me to bring this young man to you. He said he has something urgent to tell you." The captain took him by the arm and led him aside privately. "What is it? What do you have to tell me?" Paul's nephew said, "The Jews have worked up a plot against Paul. They're going to ask you to bring Paul to the council first thing in the morning on the pretext that they want to investigate the charges against him in more detail. But it's a trick to get him out of the safekeeping so that they can murder him. Right now, there are more than 40 men lying in ambush for them. They've all taken a vow to neither eat nor drink until they've killed him. The ambush is set. All they're waiting for is for you to send them over." The captain dismissed the nephew with a warning. "Don't breathe a word of this to a soul." The captain called up the 2 centurions. Get 200 soldiers ready to go immediately to Caesarea. Also 70 cavalry and 200 light infantry. I want them ready to march by 9 o'clock tonight. All you need, a couple of mules for Paul and his gear. We're going to present this man safe and sound to the governor Felix. Then he wrote this letter. From Claudius Lyssa to the most honorable Governor Felix, greetings. I rescued this man from a Jewish mob. They had seized him and were about to kill him when I learned that he was a Roman citizen. So I went to my soldiers, wanting to know what he had done wrong. I had brought him before their council. It turned out to be a squabble, turned vicious over some of their religious difference, but nothing remotely criminal. The next thing I knew, they had cooked up a plot to murder him. I decided for his own safety that I'd better get him out of here and in a hurry. So I'm sending him to you. I'm informing his accusers that he's now under your jurisdiction. The soldiers, following orders, took Paul that same night to safety to Antipus. In the morning, the soldiers returned to their barracks in Jerusalem, sending Paul on to Caesarea under guard of the cavalry. The cavalry entered Caesarea and handed Paul and the letter over to the governor. After reading the letter, the governor asked Paul what province he came from, and he told him, Cilicia. Then he said, I'll take up your case when your accusers show up. He ordered him locked up for the meantime in King Herod's official quarters. And there ends our readings for the day.